What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Falcons have signed Damiere Byrd, a wide receiver. He played with our Atlanta Falcons last season. They did add him today to our practice squad. And I do think that this is a really good pickup for our Atlanta Falcons. Damiere Byrd's about 5'9", 175 to 180 pounds. But as I mentioned, he is familiar with this Atlanta Falcons offense, and he's familiar with Arthur Smith. And I really like this move because I've been saying over the last couple weeks that the Falcons are looking to add that speed element to this offense. As you continue to hear most recent Arthur Smith talking about this offense evolving and us working on our passing game, I really feel like one of the elements that's missing from this Atlanta Falcons team has been stretching the field and having guys that can separate on these routes. And I really feel like bringing in a guy like Damiere Byrd will be able to help this Atlanta Falcons team. Now, I'm not too sure why we haven't seen Scotty Miller on a lot of these deep patterns. For whatever reason, they haven't been using Scotty Miller to stretch the field. They mainly been using him on jet sweeps and using him on shorter routes, which I believe that Scotty Miller is another guy similar to Damiere Byrd that can take the top off the defense. But if you remember last year when Damiere Byrd was on our roster, he had about almost 300 yards receiving, but he had 2 key touchdowns. I believe one of the touchdowns he had, if I'm not mistaken, was against the Cincinnati Bengals on a post route. But he also had a big catch and run against the Carolina Panthers last season as well in that first Falcons Carolina game in Atlanta. So I definitely think that Damiere Byrd is another guy that's going to add that speed element to this Atlanta Falcons team. He's a guy not only that can catch screens and catch the ball out in space, and he's a mismatch nightmare because of his shiftiness and his route running ability, but he's also a guy that knows how to separate. He's a veteran guy who's been in the league for a pretty long time at this point. I believe Damiere Byrd's about 30 years old, but he's a guy that's been around the league. He's played for multiple teams, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Bears. So he's a guy that can come in, I feel like, and help this Atlanta Falcons team. I'm not too sure if he will be elevated at some point to the active roster, but from us releasing Jalen Hawkins and from what the moves I've seen we've been making over the last couple of weeks, I do believe at some point Damiere Byrd will be one of those guys that will get out there on the field. And I really feel like he can help this Atlanta Falcons team, as I mentioned, just due to his speed. He can threaten safeties and cornerbacks deep. And as I mentioned all season long, right now opposing defenses don't fear us throwing the ball deep. I really feel like adding Van Jefferson and Damiere Byrd and then having Scotty Miller, you have 3 guys that can stretch the field, and it'll take some of the load off of guys like Bijan Robinson, who's being asked to play both running back and wide receiver. I feel like you can limit his touches if you're able to add Damiere Byrd to this offense. Add a little bit of more Van Jefferson as he continues to pick up the playbook. I really feel like adding these guys, Scotty Miller, and spreading the ball around, kind of how we've seen on Sunday, I really feel like that's only going to make this Atlanta Falcons team even better. And I really feel like the biggest thing when you add this speed element to this roster and being able to stretch the field, that's going to also help the running game. As we know, so far this season, our Falcons kind of have struggled in certain games to run the ball. But I feel like as you continue to stretch the field, that's only going to allow more running lanes for these running backs like Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, and Cordell Patterson. And Damiere Byrd is also one of those guys who can, take reverses and jet sweeps and things of that nature because he has that electric ability, similar to Taylor Gabriel, who was formerly with our Atlanta Falcons in 2016. So I definitely like this move of bringing back Damiere Byrd. I definitely think he's a guy that's going to be able to come in and help this team. But you guys give me your thoughts on the Falcons adding Damiere Byrd back to this roster. But as always, Falcons Nation, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. If you enjoy my content, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. We are currently on the road to 3,000 subscribers and beyond. But with that being said, this being your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.